In this video we're going to take a look at sorting again, but this time we're going to sort on more than one column. The column you sort on is called the key column, so in this case we're going to sort on more than one key. Now to look at an example of why you might want something like this, let's sort based on the last name. If I sort based on last name and I scroll through here, I see that some of my students here had the same last name. Harrison's, I had William and Henry. Henry ought to be first, but he's not. Let's scroll down a little bit further here, and we've got two people with the last name Johnson. Andrew is first this time. The only reason that happened is because Andrew was first before we sorted, and he will remain first after we sort. That's how Excel does it. If we go down here a little bit further and look at the Roosevelts, Franklin should come before Theodore. But in the original data, Theodore was before Franklin, so that's the way it's going to be after we sort. Now what we want to do is, if two people do have the same last name, we want to sort them based on their first name. So we need to tell Excel what it has to look at after it looks at the first name. Now if you sort on a single key, all you need are these two buttons right here. If you want to sort on multiple keys, though, this is the button to use. So we'll click on the sort button here, and we get this dialog box. Make sure your cursor is in the data before you start, and if you do, Excel will automatically select the correct data for you as long as there are no gaps in it. And then you tell it how you want to sort. Well, I want to sort based on the last name field first. I want to sort on values. We're not going to sort on these other things here very often at all. And I want to sort in alphabetical order, but you can do reverse alphabetical order, or you can do a custom list, which we're not going to worry about either. Now, if they have the same last name, then what do? Well, we add a level here, and we tell it to use the first name if the last names are the same. Notice also here that there's a check box up here, which I think is usually checked by default, and it says that my data has headers. And that's telling Excel that the stuff in row 1 over here is not part of the data. Don't try to sort the headers, leave the headers alone up at the top of the data. So make sure that's checked on. You're almost always going to have headers when you do this stuff because you need to identify what the fields are. And so that's checked on. We sort first by last name, then by first name, and we click on OK. And you didn't see much change, but if you go down here and look at the Harrisons now, Henry is first. If you go down here and look at the Roosevelts, Franklin is first. Everything else is pretty much the same as it was before, but now we've got that tiebreaker in case two people have the same last name. There may be times when you want to sort on more than two columns. Let's look at an example here. I'm going to sort the data first by major, and within major I want the data sorted by advisor. Within advisor I want the students sorted based on the number of credits. I want the seniors at the top and the freshmen down at the bottom. So the first thing I need to sort on is the major column. If the majors are the same, then I want them sorted by the advisor. And if the advisors are the same, then I want them sorted by how many credits they have. But I want seniors at the top, so this is a time when we're not going to take the default over here. We're going to go largest to smallest. Click on OK. And now let's take a look at the data. All the accounting students are together, all the biology students are together, and so on. And if I look at the biology students and then their advisors, I have the C's and then the O's and the W's. So that is in alphabetical order. And if I pick out any one of these advisors here, let's pick out Wilson. His advisees are in descending order from 48 to 32 to 20. And you can pick out any major and any advisor, and you will see that the credits are in descending order. There are very few times when you're going to need more than 3 key columns to do a sort, but if you do need that, Excel will do more than 3 if you want to. That's how you do sorting on more than one column.